beautiful land with a paralyzed woman and another guy just kind of staring. But you know, it's a day in life. We left off finishing their quest as seen with the paralyzed body, because why not? And that just leaves us with going to the Greybeards or doing actual productive stuff because it's better. Simple. Or there's always just wandering around, figuring out what to do, where to go, and just have a little fun. No. There's plenty to do around Whiterun Hold. In fact, we could just start over from here because that gives you more areas to wander around without being next to a city. You're gonna find a lot less doing that than you will doing anything else. So that's just armor. Screw it. East is east. That doesn't change. Or if my aim is any better today, we'll just boom. Free leather. Nope. I guess one's all we're getting. Could be worse. Could have completely missed again. It'd be nothing new. Maybe I can get two. Kill shot. It's actually a really cool arrowhead. Haven't seen much detail in it until now. Granted, it's probably because I don't use them that much. Once you start getting an excess supply of the higher level arrows, you tend to stop using them. Or, you know, do what I do, collect hordes of every type of arrow and just still use the 1,000-something steel arrows because I don't want to waste the valuable arrows. Happens every time, never changes, so you just get used to it. It's unfortunate, but you know, steel arrows work. Once you have the archery perks, it really doesn't matter. It's just you use what you have or use whatever works. If you have the right perks, the rusty arrows aren't bad. The only thing I could really think of trying to avoid would be the Reichling. What's it called? The Reichling spears. Just because they're spears. They're heavy. If you're close, they're great. They do pretty good damage, but they drop really fast. So you have to aim high or be close. Get a bit of corundum, that'll be useful later. Use that for steel or just making locks. I don't know how well I'm gonna want to try to... That's a saber cat. I think. I can't zoom in. Yep, it sure is. That went pretty well. If it weren't for the stealth archer thing. What am I waiting? Oh yeah, steel soldier armor. That's right. Has some interesting gauntlets. I was expecting more protection, I guess, but if it works, it works. That could be interesting later. Can be useful later, I guess. Some arrows. Wave your hands like you just don't care. Money! You know, I don't think I've... Oh, hello. Really came here much, but it's a cool little spot. Try again for even more. And miss. Okay. Clearly, I still can't aim. Nothing new there. Yep, come here. Give me your wings. Well, there's some ruins up here. Ruins are cool. Normally. There's actually a couple things over here. Some nice fragile skeletons. Nothing out of the ordinary. That garnet's pretty nice though. Restock some arrows. I find it interesting that everything else was doing almost no damage, and as soon as he was down to half health, it was a 1. This will be fun. Oh boy. Gotta love master locks. The only downside is they're not built like a typical master lock. I think I'll come back to that. Ooh. I doubt there's a key, but it's worth checking out. No, there's most definitely not. There's nowhere it would be. But never mind. It's a cool looking ring. Am I wearing a ring? I'm not. Even better. I think I will come back to that later in general, because I'm gonna need a lot more lockpicks. And maybe a higher lockpicking skill. I don't know if it really affects it without the perks, but it's worth a shot. There were so many easier ways that could have been done. Well, gives us something to do. Unless this is one of the ruins you need a quest for. 'Cause that's how it's looking. This is related to a companion's quest. Great. Oh well. It's useful to have on your map, I guess. Albeit slightly disappointing. Oh no, someone lost their cabbage. Yoink. Well, I saw... There they are. Wow. Ooh. And I still missed. Cool. This is why I can't be a stealth archer. You at least have to be able to land your shots. I feel like sneak is secondary to actually being able to shoot a bow. Collect all of this. Boom. There's more. Boom. Still not the place. Unfortunate. Some ruins over here. Something else to check out. Actually, this is where the Lunar Forge is, if I'm not mistaken. No, it's not. Yes, it is. But this is normally marked as a bandit camp, but this'll do it. Didn't mean to take that dagger, or whatever else I just took. Boom. There's only so much using a ward will do. It may have blocked the giant ice sphere that was sent towards his face, but it won't stop a short sword. Plenty of people hiding up here. There's only so much good it'll do them, though. In the end, it doesn't even matter. Heavy armor forging. I wonder if there's any interesting notes about the metals. Secret of this material was lost when the dwarves disappeared millennia ago. Now it can only be found as scrap in the ruins of their abandoned cities and fortresses. Steel to molten corundum. That's actually kind of cool. Stories say that it should always be worked on at night, ideally under a new or full moon, and never during an eclipse. That's kind of cool. Personally, I haven't seen any requirements of that because I've made it at any time of day, but that's kind of interesting. Wonderful little lunar fort. Where? Whatever. Staff of Zombies. That's not gonna do much good. Light Armor Forging. I already have a copy, but it could be worth some money. Forge yourself up and running, but again, find nothing special at its workings. Well, I will take those war axes. I wonder if you could just forge something and it'd be a lunar weapon. Kinda cool. Nope. Worth a shot though. That was disappointing. Kaboom. Now there were some actual ruins nearby. At least I'd hope they're ruins and not another one of these. While the Lunar Forge is interesting, it's no Nordic ruins with plenty of high value loot. It's just kind of there. You can get 2 lunar weapons, but there's only so much that'll get you. Damn. You really should have thought that through a little bit better. Okay, that's probably where you got your reasoning. If you can beat a saber cat to death, you probably could take on 1 person. Except you picked the wrong person, so your own loss. Yeah, that's probably why I can't move. It's a lot of everything. Staff of Sparks. You know what? Let's just drop a point in stamina. Seems simple enough. I can hear an arrow being launched at me. What was I gonna do? That's disappointing. Alright, whatever, that'll work. Well, I mean, there's no rules against fighting bandits while absolutely hammered. Ooh, there's a lockpick. That'll be useful later. No, I didn't want to take the axe. Okay. Continuing on towards the ruins, hoping for something good. Honestly, I'll take anything. shouldn't have said I'll take anything, because that doesn't look very big. Never mind, this one's actually pretty cool. It's Dragon Priest here. I think. I might be wrong. But worst case, there's still some stuff to be found. Including plenty of gold. Ceremonial weapons. Oh, jeez. So, for the most part, all we have to do is find 2 weapons, go in, find them, and it'll unlock the door to this guy's tomb. Well, that looks pleasant. How long was he just sitting there? Anyway, past the dead body and delve into the ruins. See what can be found. I was hoping for more, but whatever. It's still dead. It worked. Amethysts are nice. More gold, always useful. Boom. This is why spell swords can be really useful. I guarantee you a stealth archer would still beat it out, but I refuse to touch it. Oh, that's going well. Oh, this is really going well. Where's flames? That'll make this a bit better. There we go. A little bit of fire never hurt anybody. Except for the people it's being used against. Ceremonial axe. 1 part done. Now comes the fun part. Backtracking out, trying to figure out how not to die from those, even though I don't see the spikes. So just a little bit of backtracking and finding the next weapon. Seems simple enough. But just because it seems simple does not mean it will be. So already starting off with more than before. Burn through a couple more walking corpses. Nothing new there. A complete failure on a shout. It's a new one. Still have to go up. somehow. Fire and ice. Battle for the century. Well, way to ruin my fancy kill. That's companions for you. Yoink. In my defense, it looks cool. But it's not as good as my helmet, so I will just be keeping that for now. Until I can find the full set. Alright then. Well, the easiest way to get back is just jump. Because I'm not going down all those stairs. I'm too good for that. Dwarven shield. Not where I thought I'd see one. Some interesting handles. I was kind of expecting it to just open on its own once the weapons were put in, but can't get everything. That could be interesting later. That will be useful later. I mean, not useful, but it's not a bad read. Oh. Ice spikes are always effective. I don't know what just happened, and I don't think I want to know. We'll just throw another point into magicka, or stamina. Carry weight can be useful. Well. Do I have any useful poisons? Maybe. This is going great. I see nothing wrong here, except the insane amounts of damage that are being dealt. I forgot I have enough food to feed a small army. So I'm just going to use some of those. I would like to not be stuck in a wall. Seems pretty nice. There we go. That's better. Minus the being nailed by ice spikes. That part's not too pleasant. this isn't going too well. Wow. That went swimmingly. Alright, let's try that again, with less dying, preferably. And I think this sword might do more damage. I would hope it would do more damage because the bound sword is Daedric. Health it is! And hopefully I can do something spell-wise. It doesn't look like it. Great. Oh, that's great. She's kind of useful. I might want to keep her around. Just for a little while. Take the books before I forget about them. And then we try this again. Turns out the bound sword does not seem to do more damage, which is kind of surprising. Can I get the Draugr to come out first? Well. There we go. Try to pick off the Draugr. Because you've been the biggest issue. That will help a lot. I don't know where you just came from, but props. I'm taking that for the enchantment. Ooh, one-handed skill book. And what can I get rid of? Well, I'm carrying enough food to support a small army still. This is gonna be interesting. Kinda like the stuff I have. That will just about cover it. Okay. Boom. Jeez, that's not pleasant. Okay, now I'm screwed. Something's gotta go. That'll work. I'm nowhere near smithing with those, so I don't need them per se. Slap that out the way. Go ahead and learn the word of power, because that'd be cool. If I can. Alright. Head out of here, meet up some Draugr, because, you know, why not? Get some more gold. That is a Dragon Priest dagger. That is really cool. Toss that out the way. Get some more gold. Really? It's just everything I pick up gonna be too heavy now. This is going pretty well. Where's the goat hide? That'll work. Knock him out the picture. Take some arrows, some gold, and head on out of the ruins. It was an unpleasantly difficult fight, but made it through, only needing to try 3 times. And one was technically my fault because I killed Lydia. I could have used her as a pack mule. Oh well. It's also the only reason I have her with me is to be a pack mule. But that pretty much wraps up the time for today. A whole one thing done. But, on the bright side, got a Dragon Priest dagger. It's pretty cool. I've gotten one of these all one other time. Also, this sword looks really cool. The sword and axe. I think they're completely custom because they don't look like they're Nordic. Same with the Lunar War Axe, if I'm not mistaken. The lunar weapons have new models for Legacy of the Dragonborn. But again, that pretty much wraps up the time for today. Everyone stay safe and have a great night.